Hi, this is Mr. Murtaugh from Contemporary Issues, and today I would like to talk about Assignment 1 for the week of May 11th to May 15th. And to do that, we're going to start with this. The essential question for today is, what is culture, and how is the term culture used in writing? Culture includes the social behavior and norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, beliefs, arts, laws, customs, and habits of the individuals in these groups. Humans acquire culture through the learning processes of enculturation and socialization, which is shown by the diversity of cultures across societies. A cultural norm make rules about acceptable conduct in society. For example, I lived in South Korea, and in South Korea, people would not look you in the eye. So in the United States, you want people to look you in the eye. And in South Korea, it's different. You're supposed to, instead of look someone in the eye, you're supposed to look down and bow and look, at the ground. So that's a difference in culture. And another difference is I love, my own food. But in Korea, instead of everyone having their own plates, you would share a big bowl in the center. So everyone would eat and grab from the big bowl instead of having food on your own plates. And sometimes when we would go, I lived with a Korean family in Korea, and we would go and get ice cream. And instead of everyone getting their own bowl of ice cream or a cone of ice cream, we just get one big bucket of ice cream, and we would all go into the same bowl with our spoons. So for this assignment, you're going to read the following quotes on slides 4 through 6 from different articles using the term culture. In your note-taking document, which is this document here, you're going to explain how the term culture is used in each article and write a definition of the meaning of the word culture in your own words. Explain the other information you learned from the article in your own words. So here, if we go to this document, I placed the same reading from the slideshow. It's called Zoom Burial. This is the reading here. And here's the same reading here. And on this side, you're going to explain the term culture, write the definition of the meaning of the word culture in your own words there, and explain the other information you learned from the article in your own words over here. So I'm going to read and do this a little bit together, and then you do it on your own. As I watch my father's casket being lowered into the grave from thousands of kilometers away in the London flat, I wonder what my dad would have made of it. The Banyan Kole culture, of which my father was a strong advocate down here means supporter, has strict cultural mores, acceptable behavior, that have helped guide generations through life and stipulated how they should be buried at its end. It demanded my presence at my father's funeral to pay my last respects. So how is the word culture used over here? You might write that culture is used to explain acceptable behavior, such as being present for a funeral. Over here, you might write, I learned that the Yankee culture requires that you attend a funeral to show respect. Which is the same as my culture. I would attend a funeral to show respect. And in this time with the COVID-19 pandemic, it is very sad that people are not able to attend funerals for their loved ones. So that is something you would do. You would read the rest of it, write any more, how culture might be used, what else you learned over here. Then you have another reading about culture of violence in Chicago and Swedish culture and the coronavirus. Then you're going to watch this video on cultural practices, and in your note-taking document, write down at least 3 cultural practices that differ between cultures. So they give examples kind of like I did in the beginning, where when I was in Korea, you wouldn't look someone in the eye when you meet them, but you would look down and bow. And in the video, they actually use cleaning your teeth. In the United States, we use toothbrushes and toothpaste. And in some African cultures, they use twigs to clean their mouths. So you're going to do that. And in your note-taking document, write down at least 3 cultural practices that differ between cultures that you found most interesting in the chart. And that is the rest of assignment 1. That's it. When you're done with this, submit it to the Google Classroom. Remember, submitting to the Google Classroom is most important. You will get attendance, you will get a grade. This grade counts. If you need to ask me about this assignment, come to office hours. If you don't make it to office hours, make sure you message me, make a comment on the Google Classroom. You can email me or you can text me with the phone number I provided to you. All right, see you at the office hours.